Hey, so we are back with another video. So this is going to be a short set, and it's actually an inspiration set. If you check out my Instagram, Nails by Queen 89, you will see that I tagged the young lady. She is a very good nail artist, so go and check her out. So of course we are priming, and then we're going to use our young nails. And we're going to start the process of laying down that clear acrylic. So once again, y'all, I am out of frame so many times. I'm really trying to work on it, so I hope you guys continue to watch even though we're not there yet. I was moving the camera around a little bit more this time, but I don't know what I was doing. Like it's just it's not giving. So we're gonna work on it. We're gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna keep continuing to practice to multitask, to look in between my camera and what I'm doing. But I cannot apologize for taking these nails serious, because we got to make sure that they are nice. So that's number one priority. So we're just putting that clear acrylic on there, and I will be sure to explain what I'm doing even when I'm out of frame. And I think I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so we're laying that Valentino acrylic. I think that's just a soft pink. I'm not sure what it's called, but like I said, if you want to know, I will put it down below. Just ask your girl. So we're laying that acrylic on there. We're gonna do some French tips, some deep French with black. And I don't think I'm going to show the other hand. I'm just going to show me laying the acrylic on this hand. Once again, we was a little sloppy this time, but it's going to look so bomb. You ain't even going to be able to tell that we was just slapping it on there. It happens, guys. Trust me, we can't always be perfect when we're laying it. Especially with short nails, it's kind of about your measurements, your liquid to bead ratio, you know, whether or not you got lucky that time when you picked it up. So that's what it's about mainly. So here we are laying it, and she does have a little bit of hyperpigmentation on her nails. It just means that there's a little bit of darkness on her nail plate. So just be sure that if you're using a sheer color acrylic or a sheer color polish, that you're using enough to cover that up. So we are laying that acrylic down, and then I think I'm going to show some shaping, and that's when I'm going to be out of frame a lot, so forgive me, but you can see some of it. And just always be very careful, especially when you're doing the shorter nails, because you're really close to the skin. Make sure you're pulling it back and you're paying attention. That's another reason why I probably was out of frame, because it's making sure I ain't gonna cut nobody. And that's me just turning her hand around just to make sure everything looks good. Okay, we're just gonna watch some more, and I will come back in when something interesting happens. All right, looks like we're about to go into our nail art. So I think I showed one hand. Yep, I showed me applying one hand. With the French tips, I personally do maybe 2 to 3 nails and then I cure, just because, man, it takes so much work to get those perfect. You don't want to jack it up, so just be on the safe side and cure it while you got the chance, because once you jack it up, you're gonna have to take it off and do it all over again. We ain't doing that. So we're trying to maximize our time. Just do about 2 to 3 of them and cure them, and then, you know, go to the next hand. So that will help you a lot with keeping them in line. And sometimes, depending on the gel polish that you use, the colors can slide around a little bit. So just be mindful of that. Especially a color like black. Black is really runny for some reason. No matter what brand I get, it's always runny. And we had to do 2 coats, and my apologies. You see, I'm out of the frame. I think I'm going to move the camera soon though. So we're just doing the French tip on that side. Yep, I put it back in frame. So we're going to do 2, I think 2, and then we're going to have her cure, and then we're going to take the other hand back out. So we're going to do 1 bling nail, and that's going to be coming up really soon. Yes, that black looks so nice. Yep, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to use our blooming gel. So we're going to use our blooming gel to get like that snake print. But just make sure that you guys are not using too much blooming gel. It is so messy. It's so thick and it just makes a big mess. It'll mess up your shape. Just don't use a lot. Trust me. I had to learn that the hard way. So we're finishing our French. And we're out of frame again. Sorry. Okay, so we're on to the blooming gel. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually using a liner so that I won't add too much, but just enough to get it in that designated area. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to add it to each finger, and I'm going to do the art on all of them. By that time, everything has bloomed. You don't want it to bloom too much or it will cover up the black completely, but you guys will see. It doesn't bloom that fast, but it blooms fast enough to where you have to work a little bit faster if you want to do all of the fingers at one time. I don't know if you guys can hear my baby girl in the background, but if you can, I'm sorry. She's having the time of her little life. Okay, so we're putting those lines on there, really skinny lines, because the French is really skinny. It's a really deep French, so you don't need too much. White goes a long way, especially on top of black, so you definitely will be able to see it. And here we are, top coating. And I told y'all this is my favorite part, so I couldn't miss it this time. I made sure I was in frame. I just love to watch people put top coat on. This is my favorite part of nail videos. So we're doing the top coat first, and then we're going to do the bling nail. And we're going to add some pictures in the end, of course. And that is my bling gel. That works pretty well too. Sometimes I'll use nail glue, and sometimes I'll use my bling gel. It just depends on what I'm doing. Also, I have a heavy hand, so sometimes I squeeze out too much of that glue and it ends up turning everything white, so we don't want to take a chance and do that to our poor Swarovskis, so we're using the bling gel. Forget my big head in the screen. Yep, we had to perfect them, and here we are, guys. Once again, thank you guys for coming back and watching me. Make sure you subscribe, press that like button, leave me a comment if you will, and I will see y'all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.